Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and today we've got some special guests, but the most special guest is Comrade Elena,
Oh no.
formerly of the KGB, straight from Russia.
Okay.
I've met Elena because she worked in Dr. Dominic Deanna's office and did the SRI, the consciousness exercises, which if you want to watch stage 1 through 12 with Dominic and Gracie, those are on my YouTube channel and a playlist. And so Elena used to work in the office with Dominic, and I met her there. And so she just finished working on all the girls. So they're kind of a little, and chunky for that matter. And so they're all a little kind of spaced out on a magic carpet ride. And so if you're going to go and do the 2 week intensive, like I've encouraged people to do over the years, where you fly into Orlando and you get worked on by Dominic for like 2 weeks, meaning you go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you go once in the morning and once in the afternoon, and then once on Saturday morning, because he's open on Saturdays, you can get, what is it, seven entrainments a week. And then when Elena works on you and does the different SRI exercises, if you're going to go to fly in there, it'd be good a few weeks in advance that you start working with her maybe a couple times a week, and she can coach you through the consciousness exercises to make sure you're doing it right and you get the best effect out of it. And so you do that, but you also do some coaching and some other things. So tell us a little bit about what you do these days, and then the girls can kind of give their what they experience with you because they all came out.
Yeah, I
It
get.
seemed like they might have been smoking something or something the way they were acting when they came out, but
So it's
it was
basically,
totally natural.
yeah,
El
totally
natural.
natural a way to get high.
No chemical
Absolutely
substances
legal,
involved.
even in Russia. So yeah, what I'm doing, so from the body connection from SRI, I came to understanding that any back pain comes not just a back pain. It's like some kind of emotion behind of that. Basically, what we work with in body connection, and all that undigested life, it's not just like pain or muscle spasm or something. It's much more behind, much more stories. And people are coming like you seen today. People are just spilling on me the stories, and it's like it's always something behind of that. That's why I became so passionate about that. And I actually started to learn psychology. I just graduated from school last week. I got my diploma. So, and I'm excited. Yeah.
Nastrovia.
Yeah. So, and
She doesn't drink.
that is what I do. I'm coaching, like life coach, helping with emotions, helping with life situations, and also, so I'm coming from the, like asking questions, and from the other part, the finding it in your body and like working from that side. So we are meeting somewhere in the middle, being happy and healthy and connected to ourselves. That's what we do.
So why don't you kind of go through and explain like how what you worked on with the girls today, and then maybe some of their reactions, what they experienced, how they felt.
So basically, when I'm asking questions, so like first, of course, first time you need to explain what it is, right? Like what it is, how it works, and this is like it's all perspectives of the brain to connect to your body. Because sometimes we're doing a lot of things unconsciously, like we're driving our car, we don't think how we do this. We like saying someone things, we are buying stuff in the store, we're walking, we don't think how we do it, we just do. It's all like subconscious mind, and we learn, and we don't think. Sometimes we need to stop and find ourselves in like, what am I doing? Do I really want to do this? So when I'm starting to ask the questions, when person coming to me and I'm asking, okay, what's up? How are you? And someone would say, okay, everything is good. I woke up and will start to tell me the day. And someone would say, you know what? Like this, like, I don't know, like the real estate market is just like, it's crazy. So everyone tells you on the question, what's up? Their own story. And then I know where to start, like what hurts actually, where the thoughts, because where our thoughts are, there our energy is, right? It's like that where we're looking, that what we doing, dealing with. And from asking the questions, I can find out like which stage I can work with, because these are stages, right? Like, are you in suffering? Are you in discovery? What you doing? Like, what stage? How can I help you? This is my questions. Like, what you see, what outcome you see from this session, what you want to, where you going, and why you going there. So, and then we figuring out what we're
Gotta know
doing.
what you want and why you want it.
Yeah, but basically, it's always good to go through the basics and learn all stages, go through all of them and experience
Stage 1 through
them.
12.
Yep. And then already work the one that the most necessary right now, because not everyone is stage 1, and not everyone like will be able to go through all stages immediately, because like, you know, working for example stage 4, nose can get just like stuffed and you cannot breathe,
Yeah, so
like
the
with no
stage
reason.
4 breathing, and you can see
Switching nostrils.
yeah, you're
Yep.
going back and forth, and if you got a stuffed up nostril, it makes it really hard to do that one.
And
Plus, you
I've
typically want
seen
to blow
so
your
many
nose
times
before you do it as well.
when people leaving the room and they can breathe. They came in, they could breathe. They leaving the room, they can breathe. You know, like, but during exercise they just can't, because it's like your brain fighting it. It's like homeostasis. You want to stay like wherever you are. You don't want to change anything, and that is like most needed at that moment. Then
Because they're stuck in their comfort zone.
not maybe stuck, but just yeah,
People are
preferring
resistant
it.
to change
Yeah.
because it's the unknown. What if it doesn't work out? What if I leave this person and the next person is worse?
And that also like so this body connection thing, this SRI, it's also about like about it's brain connections, right? It's our like connections in our brain. And when, for example, you're doing stage 4, what you do, you changing, you building new connections. Like if you had your like you leaving your house, you're going through the you're going to like some kind of direction every morning, going to work, and that it's, I guess, I Chunky was the one who I was explaining that example when I was coaching him. So like you have the like the way, right? You leave in the house and it's like it's already, I don't know, like somewhere there are bushes, there are rocks, it's like it's uneven, but you still know that way, you know how to get through that way, and it's maybe uncomfortable and somewhere it's dangerous, but you know how to avoid it and you're going. That's how we're using our own like every day, you know, like path that you're choosing. But during stage 4, you're starting to build completely new way through the bushes. It will be new, it will be shorter, and it will bring you where you need to go. But just like you need to take a time to build that way. So the time is actually hard because like the road is not built. It's still like here's the whole tree in front of you and you need to cut it somehow and then you need to remove it, you know. But you know this way will be new, and this brings you wherever you want to go, and it will be the shortest way to get it, or like the longest or the most beautiful, whatever you're building. That's what stage 4 does. That's why like your brain is saying no, 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 I know that there is one and I used it and it's like dangerous, but I know how to avoid, you know, like all this danger. So this is your comfort zone. It's not real comfort, it's something that you used to, homeostasis, where you can just survive.
So, for people that are going to be traveling to Orlando to get worked on by Dominic for 2 weeks, like, how far in advance should they start working with you, and how many times a week would you say to really get to the point where when Dominic starts working on them, they really do well and make changes? Because ideally, what you want is, if you're going to spend the money to fly in there and get worked on by Dominic, you want to be amazed. You want to be shocked at how well things turned out. And so I want people to be wowed. And so as you go in there and you've been doing the different consciousness exercises, it's like, what would you recommend? Like, how often should they do a Zoom session with you
So I
to
would
get ready
say,
for something like that?
yeah, I can't say like for the doctor, because doctor, every person is different and he has like, you know, he needs to see and he knows what he does, because everyone comes with different
Well, I'm talking about
things.
before.
But before, I would say to do, I don't know, about like 3 4 sessions to just get to know yourself. Just get to know yourself, to be able to connect, be able to understand, to listen to yourself, be able to be patient with yourself, because all this, someone feels it immediately. Someone needs like at least 24 hours to digest what's going on with them. Someone just doesn't feel. But it does mean that changes are not happening also. So yeah, 3-4 sessions to kind of connect, and it's not necessarily like go through all 12 stages and know what they are.
Just the ones that,
Just
based on
first,
what they
yes.
tell you when
Mm-hmm.
you're asking them the specific questions, then you can tell what the theme is, what the story is in their life, the part that's kind of holding them back. And then you work with them based on what the feedback is, the specific stages that are going to help that
Yes, and
pattern.
based on what doctor sees and what doctor works, you know, like because it's yeah, it's very individual. Everyone is very individual, but to get to connect to yourselves and to make that doctor's work more better outcome, you know, like maybe faster outcome, uh, you need to, yes, you need to do stages at least 1 and 2 to be able to move that energy inside of yourself, to be able to connect to yourself, and at least know why you're doing it, you know, like why. Because when Dr. Diane actually was coaching me how to ask questions on the first consultation, the question was always why. Okay, and what? Okay, and so, and what? So person coming like, oh, my back hurts, and so how it affects your life. Oh, I cannot, I don't know, I cannot play with my kids, and so until you're asking this question all the way, then there is nothing left to explain. Then you know why you're coming here. Then you know why you need to fix your back, because you need to, you can't live with this, like, you know, like pain in the back all your life and be happy, and you don't need to fix it.
So it's like you're asking the questions to get to their why. It was, why are they there?
Why you
Why do
need
they
it?
want it?
Because if they do not know why, that what he also like was teaching me, if they do not know why,
They won't stick with it.
no, they don't have a reason then,
Yep.
and it's just waste time and money and like
Yeah, you got to have an
both
emotionally
sides.
compelling reason why.
Yep.
And it's like, as I explain in lots of videos, it's you're dropping the tension in your nervous system. You're getting into a more peaceful and relaxed state. When you're more peaceful and relaxed, you feel calmer. You want to be around other people that are nice to you, that are calm, they're easygoing, easy to get along with. When you're in a stress state, you feel more comfortable being around other people that are stressed out. And so, as you help put yourself into a peaceful and relaxed state through the breathing, the conscious exercises, the doing yoga, doing adjustments with Dominic, you're going to make better decisions. Because if you are in a peaceful, relaxed state, your decisions tend, the results of those decisions and actions tends to bring about more peace, more ease, more delight. But if you're stressed, the decisions that you make are in a stressful state, so the results tend to bring you more stress as well. And so that's why it changes your life. It's, if you feel chaos in your body and you go to approach a pretty girl, she's going to sense and feel that something is off, man, because women aren't going to feel safe around them. You know, you might be smiling and saying the right things, but the vibe is going to be off because inside he's emotionally hijacked and stuck in a stress state. But you go into that peaceful and relaxed state, that's the most efficient physiology. And animals, women, little kids, everybody's going to feel safe and comfortable being around you and opening up to you and feel good in your presence.
But it's also, you know, like so network chiropractic changing the posture, right? So like you are changing posture, and it's your not verbal signal to the world, like I was telling Jocelyne when we were working. So when your posture is changing, you're sending different signal, you know, like, and you're attracting different things in your life. You're just sending different signal, and that's it. And like something else starting to tune on you, rather than when you're like this, you know, like, and you're in state of fear or like any tension, you're attracting something else. Not like when you are easy and like easygoing and open and receiving and accepting. So, and it's also like it's a great thing that you're taking care of yourself, and you don't put this responsibility to someone else to take care of yourself. You know what I mean? So
You're more
like you,
self-reliant.
because we like in
Nobody's
this.
coming to save you. You got to do that yourself.
Yes, and in our society we like, and we've been like talking today with like, I guess with all of you, about that. When you to be a good person, I have this thing as well. I need to be a good person, good mom, good person. What they would think about me. It's all my life this way, you know. But the thing is, when I'm taking care of everybody around me, I'm getting exhausted, and at the end of the day, I'm sitting grumpy. I'm like, okay, so what did you do for me today if I did this all for you? And it's unfair. Like, I should just take care of myself and they would take care of themselves, right? And everyone would be happy. Sitting and talking and being easy, like not putting responsibility on each other for being happy, you know? I'm responsible for my own happiness. You're responsible for your own. And at the end of the day, we're all happy. Happy and easy. That's it. So taking care and like going inward and discovering who you are, where you're at, even if you are in like not the best state today and you're not happy with that, but you know, and this is truth. And truth brings you safety. You know where you're at. That's it. And that you can decide if you're staying in this state or you're changing something. It's up to you.
So what was your experience, Jocelyn, when you got work done?
For me, I feel that it was more towards the emotional side. She was helping me with the whole breathing in and out with the chest, this area, and the stomach. I've noticed I struggled more towards the center area, and she basically told me it has to do more or less with self-esteem. And as she was telling me to repeat after her, there was a point where she was telling me to repeat saying that sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. And that's something I've struggled with for a long time. But at one point, for some reason, I had this very minuscule voice telling me, I don't know about that, you know, like saying like you're wrong. So I've had that, and that felt really weird. That's why I'm like
Deep in
zoned
thought.
out, because I'm just like, how is that even possible? Because like I said, I've struggled for many years regarding self-esteem. For that to just come out, even if it's just like a little tiny bit of it, it's just, if it's strange to me. It makes me feel uncomfortable, almost uncomfortable. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's what stage one does. Brings you to that spot when you think,
So
no, no,
it,
no, no, no.
so was it like your inner voice or your lower mental, I guess, was telling you something that was an untruth, and your inner voice was going, I don't know about that?
Yeah. So she was telling me to repeat after her,
Yeah.
saying, sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. And like I said, this is something I would feel for many years, and for some reason, out of the blue, a little tiny voice tells me I don't think so. It just came out of nowhere.
Your alter ego that's hiding within is like, yeah, right, I'm a badass bitch.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm just like kind of
Well, you connected
internally
to it
spooked
because you
right now.
acknowledge it. You acknowledge what you're actually feeling. And it's untruth. And at the end of the day, your higher self is saying that's nonsense.
Yeah.
So is the I don't think so in agreement or disagreement with
Disagreement. Disagreement. Like I'm repeating. Sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough, and that voice is like, yeah, no, I don't think so. So it's in disagreement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because in stage one, you need to basically bring up something that you don't want to have. Like it's something, it's like your shade side, you know, like your side that you don't want to see, something that you don't want to have in your life. And when someone is saying to you, so I'm saying, repeat after me. So I'm saying, and she needs to repeat it after me, and she's saying it out loud, so she hears herself like someone she trusts and respect talking. Like, and here is like emotion comes, because emotions it's already stage two. Stage one is just basic connection, what's going on, where it's like, what is that? And stage two, it's already emotions that are coming up. So you went to stage two because like that emotion came out, like, no, 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 hold on.
It was very involuntary. I didn't ask for it.
And like part of you all your life thought that it's like something is maybe I'm not good enough, but part of you that you're hiding was always sure that you are no, don't tell it to me, I'm good, you don't know how good I am, you know. So this is like that what stage one, and it's like my sometimes I'm afraid to work stage one, honestly, because I need to say something that I see the person like things like this, but no one should say it. It's something in us like that we don't want to hear from others. It hurts. And when I'm saying it, so for example, for elderly lady who wants to look much younger than she is, I would need to say sometimes it feels like I'm old and ugly, you know? And I don't want to say it because it hurts. But if that woman saying it out loud and starting like breaking in tears and cry, this is actually freeing herself. For example, I know it's like it's
'Cause
very
she's
like
feeling it to heal it.
yes, because you need to face what you want to fix. You need to face it. You need to look at it closely, and then you can understand that it's nothing. It's not that bad. Everything is, like we still can be happy anyway, because we're concentrating on something and we're starting to hide it because it's not good, it's not pleasant, we don't like it, and this way we're actually attracting to that thing non-verbally so much attention, ourselves attention and everybody's attention. We're making it truth, so when you saying this kind of statements in stage one, they need to bring your emotions, truth in your emotions. When you feel like uncomfortable, no, I don't want to hear it, this is where you need to look, this is where it hurts, this is what you need to work on. And then you bringing a position of that. It's like you finding this like a part of you that you don't like, part of you that you hate, part of you that you avoid, and you starting to play with them. Some parts of me are beautiful, some parts of me are ugly, and you just like and then and you saying, but it's all me, they're all inside of me, so you need to accept. Uh-huh. And this is the magical
This is one of the
moment.
declarations you make.
Yep. And then when you accept it, so like you accepting, I have it inside of me, then you can find like where it's stuck, and that's how stages go. It's just, I just love the magic, how it's actually like easily flowing from one to another. And then you're finding stuck, and stuck, it's your inner child, and you're working with your inner child, and you're hugging that inner child at the end and saying, I'm sorry, I haven't noticed you, now I'm here
In a
for
more
you.
loving way.
Yep. And then you're going and building that new way wherever you need to go in stage 4.
Would you notice, Miss Caroline?
Um, I did the same techniques, like the breathing.
Stage 2?
techniques. Yeah. It's just no emotion, more just like feeling at peace and like relieved. Just like once I did the breathing and the statements, it was just more like,
Because you were kind of jacked up and stressed out a little bit?
I guess so. I just feel like there's so much going on, but like there's like nothing going on at the same time. So, but towards the end, I finally kind of figured it out while she was speaking to me, and she was like, around this time, you should be getting ideas of like what it is that you don't know, like what that you want. And I was like, I found them. I found my ideas. And then I told her, but I'm gonna keep that private to myself. And I was just like, what the heck? They just came out of nowhere, and I'm just like, boom, boom. That's
Your
what she wants.
ideas, what, regarding life or life purpose?
Just life purpose.
Relationships?
Yeah, all the above.
Investing? What?
Everything.
What kind of like, so it was like your...
It's like relationships, work, future.
So your
everything.
what's, in other words, your what it is that you wanted, you got some clarity on that?
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
We were talking
just-
about to-do list.
So it was like a download.
Checking out, like everything on the to-do list. And I said, okay, what is in your to-do list? And she said, I don't have one. And that's how we started to do that stage 2. And then after, she made her to-do list.
It just came right out.
It just popped up. I was like,
Yep.
boom. I was like, okay, hey, let's go.
Nice. So now you know what you want. Do you know why you want it as well? Do you have your why? Because you need emotionally compelling reasons why you want it. Because without the emotionally compelling reasons, then you just, then I'll do it next week. And then it never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Tony used to say, probably still does, the road to someday leads to a town of nowhere.
Haven't gotten that far yet.
So, as he would say, you never leave the scene of setting a goal without taking some kind of action towards its attainment.
Yeah, I haven't got there yet.
Did she write them down?
Maybe you didn't even
Or you
know.
remembered them?
They're noted for sure. I
Yeah.
know.
But you got to download from the universe.
But this is a
Yeah.
good point about why. Yeah, but it's like it's the other whole another thing why, and you probably know why already.
What did you notice, Erica?
My experience was very similar to the both of theirs. A little bit more on the emotional side. I definitely want to keep a little bit of it private, but it was definitely a out of mind, out of body experience at some points. I felt like my solar plex was most affected. It was heavy at certain inhales, and I felt it was difficult, but that was part of the experience. And that around my belly button and my chest, that it was supporting everything. So it really did teach me a lot about myself that I feel like I already kind of knew, but maybe I didn't want to admit.
Yeah, but basically you're embodying that.
Yeah.
You know, and we talked with you about that. Like sometimes we just need to like be reminded
Right.
in certain moment of something that we already know. And body connection, that's why it's body connection. So the any knowledge is rumor until you embody it, until you take an action, just what you said right now,
Until you feel
right? Until you did an action. So you can hear something, you can write down your lesson, you can say, I know I have this certification, I just learned it. But if you never do it, if you never embody what you learned, it will be just a rumor in your head, nothing. It's not a knowledge. But when you're doing it, when you feel it, that's why these four perspectives of the brain: touch, breath, sound. I'm always teaching and I never remember all four at the same moment. Touch, breath, sound, and
Hearing?
movement.
Movement.
Yes, all this four. When you put all four in anything that you do in your life, when you put this all four, maybe breath metaphorically, like taking deep breath and being ready to do something, then your knowledge becoming something, becoming outcome that you're seeking for. And movement and this, when we're doing this, when you feel the movement and when you feel emotion that comes after, sometimes it feels like I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. And you feel how movement is changing underneath your palm, and you feel this with your touch, and you sighing it out, and so it's game changing. You experiencing really what we just talking about. You experiencing it. That's it. From all four perspectives,
Yeah, I've seen
and
comments.
you cannot unsee it.
I've seen comments in the YouTube channel on the consciousness exercises of people saying they did them and they got real emotional or they got angry or they helped them resolve something just by turning them on and watching them in front of the TV. And obviously having you do it and facilitate it and being able to ask the questions and kind of coach them through it. It's neat to hear. It sounds like you
had no
guys had
idea.
kind of a profound experience. What about you, Chunk? Anything? You've gotten worked on a bunch, so did you notice anything, Chunky?
I think this is set. Yeah, for me personally, honestly, I noticed like here before it was like very closed off. Then after this opened up here, and it's kind of because I hold back a lot, like a lot of my emotions. Sometimes I reserve myself, but then I was actually very like more open, and just myself. Actually, like, instead of like holding back my words, I was just saying them. So yeah.
No emotions?
No. What do you mean?
No
Like,
emotions
I have
bubbling
emotions.
up?
Sometimes it's hard for me to share my emotions with others sometimes. So, and then that's like when this is like closed off, but now this is like all opened up. I kind of felt and then like she zaps me.
Yes, I did. Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm always asking, can you give me your permission to work with you? Because I know I can, accidentally.